A lot of musicians, like anal type, Yngwie Malmsteen people, will say death metal's talent is crap. You know, how can you prove that this music has any fucking validity at all? It isn't just bashing a bunch of noise. This reminds me of the old days when there was glam metal versus thrash metal, and the glam people would say to people like us, let's say, that's just a bunch of fast noise. You know what we'd say to them? We'd say, okay, we'll play one of your songs, you play one of our songs. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see if your drummer has the stamina and talent to do that. So, what makes death metal viable? The fact that these musicians can perform at this intense speed and still be really tight and not be a big fucking wall of noise. Okay, now I played in Brutal Truth for 8 fucking years. We were extremely fast. We were beyond death metal. We were grindcore. And sometimes we got reviews of some of our records where people said, this is a pile of shit, I don't get what it is. Now that's because the human ego, if it does not understand something, it condemns it. It takes a lot of balls to say, even though I don't understand this, I'm sure it's musically valid, other people seem to like it. You know, a lot of people, they'll just instantly, because of their ego, say, I don't get what's going on here, therefore there is nothing going on.
Be a drummer alone and play this type of music. I mean, you know, the amount of skill and dexterity and stamina you need alone just to play this is like mind-blowing. I mean, it's like you have a guy with like 8 arms and like 4 feet playing. I mean, you're all over the place. You know, non-stop. I mean, you know, whether you think it's garbage or not, I mean, you really have to give everybody credit.
Yeah, today's drummers in death metal and grindcore are pushing the extreme limits, I think, of extreme drumming, and is the field, I think, for some of the greatest talent, I mean, as far as endurance and stamina, and just amazing guys that are out there doing some things that previously were only done by drum machines, and it's cool to see people from all over the world really pushing those limits of extreme drumming.
So, what makes death metal viable? Why would a guitar player want to play death metal? Because you build up some serious fucking stamina for one thing, doing all that shredding with the right hand. There are a lot of talented lead guitarists in the genre, and I might add that very fast lead guitar works very well over blast beats because you have a completely intense atmosphere. Everybody's flying, right? And to people who would be snobby about it and think its talent was crap, that's either your personal taste or you're just a dick.
Not anybody can just do this. A lot of times, you know, people look at what we do and what you play, and they look at it and say, yeah, you know, it's just noise and it's garbage, whatever. But if you listen to it and you truly listen to it and pick out the pieces of it, it's some of the most technical stuff that you will ever hear on the planet. And you know, as far as just being able to try and do it, you know, it takes a lot. It's just not something that just comes natural.
I think death metal has a lot to offer to the audience, especially in the form of an outlet for aggressions and everything that all of us carry inside. I mean, there's nothing that really gets you going more when you're feeling pissed off than to put on a good piece of death metal and just bang your head off, or something like scream your head off, you know. And I mean, death metal is so much emotions and everything, dealing with everything from hate to aggression to pain, which none of the mainstream music could ever come near to, in my opinion.
It's good to, I think, kind of have that no boundaries type of attitude.
Oh, without a doubt.
Anything goes.
Writing, we just go by feeling. That's it. It's all
That's
feeling.
what I meant before.
I mean, when it comes to the writing process, yeah, there are no rules. You know, you just you throw the book away and that's it. You know, you just go for it.
Well, that's what's so cool about it, because, you know, you want to create something that's unique, something that has that feeling, and you really don't want to stick to any kind of rules, you know, or standards. You just want to do what you got to do to make it happen. And that's cool about this. And if you listen to this type of music, that's anything goes. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much going on.
I mean, there's no boundaries. It's like you make your own boundaries. You know?
That's right.
You can take the music as far as you want. You know, you're the only one that limits yourself. And when we write, we just go for it. No matter what it is, you know, as long as it has the right feeling, you know, that's what works. And that's the way we do it.
That's the way you have to be. And I think most people, you know, who write this type of music are like that too. I mean, they just throw the book away and say, okay, let's just do it, you know. And that's whatever comes out, comes out.
Because I had a lot of guitar influences that were not death metal, at all. But I was strongly attracted to death metal music, and a lot of the technicality of it really interested me. But I wanted to do something which I had not heard yet in the genre, which was really melodic playing, in the death metal form. I finally got my chance to do it on Spiritual Healing in '90 because Chuck called me and asked me to come down. It was like kind of a new, trippy thing to try to do. And luckily Chuck was into it. He was very into it. Chuck was very supportive of good musicianship and melodic playing within the death metal form. And obviously he carried on with it, into the last, up to the last albums of Death.